Hello, and welcome to virtual reality. Hello, and welcome to virtual reality. And welcome to Engage, a VR application that allows you to communicate, teach, and learn with your community in an entirely virtual environment. And welcome to AltSpace VR, the premier place to host live events, meetups, and more with people from around the world. My name is Copeland Williams. I'm a freelance consultant that helps educate individuals and companies on how virtual reality can help you. Imagine attending conventions, meetings, even socializing with your coworkers or your friends instantly without having to leave your home. Conventionally, all of those activities would involve physically bringing people together with the goal of creating a sense of community and present. Virtual reality is much more effective than other 2D platforms at forming understanding and enthusiasm in a community. This is mainly because of 5 key factors. Let's go back to Engage. Spatialized audio is a more natural way to have a conversation with 2 or more people. Similar to surround sound, the position and rotation of the listener and speaker are tracked in what we call 6 degrees of freedom space. So that not only can I hear the direction of multiple speakers at the same time, but I can also move myself through that virtual auditory space as easily as I would walk through a room in real life. Virtual reality is an empathy machine. VR has been used to train surgeons, to detect and treat dementia, and even to aid in the recovery from PTSD. Recent scientific papers on the subject have confirmed much of what we already knew about VR. VR creates understanding and improves the retention of skills, events, and people. Virtual reality improves social bandwidth. VR allows for a higher speed, person-to-person transfer of information. VR is the only human-computer interface that allows you to naturally and easily read the body language of multiple people at the same time. We found that this is hugely important in group collaboration. Virtual reality is all-in-one. For years, VR meant you were tethered, not only physically by cables, but also by the effort and space involved in setting up a VR system. Today, Facebook's Oculus Quest is available as a tetherless VR experience that you can use out of the box in a matter of minutes. Cross-platform support is essential. Inclusion is the name of the game in VR. Cross-platform compatibility allows attendance through a PC application. However, when we capture and live stream VR events to conventional social media, we aim to engage your existing audience in much the same way you would with a real life event. All they need to do is tune in. Let's jump back over to AltSpace. Although we've made great progress in recent years, virtual reality is not a new technology. Developed in the 1960s to improve fighter pilots' bandwidth to and from the brain, the first effective helmet-mounted display, known as VCAS, or Visually Coupled Airborne Systems Simulator, was created by a team led by Tom Furness and declassified in 1982 by the Defense Department. The idea of a more efficient human-computer interface that spawned this technology is not new. However, it is still relevant today. The finances of utilizing virtual reality became much more reasonable in 2012 when a company called Oculus initiated a Kickstarter to fund the development of the Oculus Rift. This company would go on to be purchased by Facebook for $2 billion. The Rift was the first commercially successful consumer VR headset, and it was eventually released in March of 2016. It has taken 4 years to learn and slowly refine the hardware and the software to what I call an inflection point, where the consumer hardware is comparatively cheap and available, while the software can do what is not possible on any other computer interface. I have had the privilege to work on some amazing projects in VR with some amazing companies and people. The VR ecosystem can be very hidden for those not involved in the medium. However, I'd like to show you how a few companies have used virtual reality to innovate and break down barriers. One of which I'm on the board of directors. Austin Virtual League is a group committed to empowering the community of Austin, Texas, with access to virtual reality. We believe this technology is the future of human-computer interfaces, and we want our community to be on the cutting edge of that revolution. Now, we do this simply by providing free access to the newest and best consumer VR hardware and software, along with education and instruction on how to use both. COVID-19 has put a halt to our in-person events. But with VR, we're able to host events virtually so that anyone can attend, allowing us to continue our goal of forming a strong community of VR users in the Austin, Texas area and around the world. Facebook hosted its annual Facebook Connect in 2020 as an entirely virtual event with VR and non-VR attendance options. In the opening keynote of Connect 2017, Mark Zuckerberg clearly lays out his vision for the future of VR at Facebook. It's 2017, and the biggest trend in transportation is that it's a lot easier to move bits around than atoms. Enabling us to be present anywhere creates opportunities for people everywhere. This quote by Mark Zuckerberg powerfully expresses my own ambitions for virtual reality. In May of 2020, Facebook announced that tens of thousands of its employees would permanently shift to remote work. In relation to this change, Zuckerberg again says, VR and AR is all about giving people remote presence. So I think that suggests a worldview that would lead to allowing people to work more remotely over time. Let's go to engage. As you can see, virtual reality is here, and it's here to stay. Over the next 10 years, immersive technologies will revolutionize how we interact with computers. And in just the same way that the World Wide Web brought us all closer together, virtual reality will allow people the freedom to live, work, and socialize from almost anywhere on the planet. I am so excited for all of you to join us in this virtual revolution. I aim to empower you and your community with a brighter future and endless possibilities, all with the amazing people on our team and, of course, the power of virtual reality. Thank you for your time.